Morning, everybody. It's time for our next math lesson. Okay, we are going back now to lesson 25 and 26. We're going to be dividing fractions by whole numbers and whole numbers by fractions. So let's go over the concept. Okay, I have a number sentence. Okay, 2 divided by 1/3. Let's think of what that actually means. So I'm going to give you a scenario. Pretend I have 2 subs, 2 hoagies. Okay, so here's my tape diagram that represents the 2. Naturally, half of 2 would be the 1. So my 1 would be here. Okay, let's pretend now that I want to take my 2 subs and I want to divide them into thirds. How many people could I then feed? Well, if I take this sub, my first one, and I divide it into thirds, I could feed 3 people. If I take my second and I divide it into thirds, I could feed another 3 people. So in total, I could feed 6 people. So if I have 2 and I divide them into thirds, I now have 6 smaller pieces. Make sense? Okay. The simple rule for that, or the little trick, is something called keep, change, and flip. Okay, keep, change, flip. That's how that works. Here we go. Here's my number sentence. Let's erase this. I'm going to show you, let's do 5. 5 divided by 1/3. Okay, keep, change, flip. I'm going to keep my first digit, so keeping that. I'm going to change my sign. So my sign is division. The opposite of division is, you're right, multiplication. And I'm going to flip my fraction. So flipping means whatever's on bottom is going to be on top, whatever's on top is going to be on bottom. So if I flip this, this is now 3/1, which is the same as the whole number 3. So 5 times 3/1 is 15/1, or 15. So if I have 5 subs and I divide them into 1/3 sections, that will give me 15 smaller pieces. Make sense? Okay. Now let's try going from a fraction to a whole number. Let's say now that I have 1/2 of a whole sub, and I want to split that to share with 2 people. So this represents my whole sub. This whole tape diagram is my whole, but this part is gone. I no longer have this. I'm only left with this, which is 1/2. Of this 1/2, I want to share it with 2 people. So I'm going to split this 1/2. Let's use a different color. With 2 people. So pretending I still had this whole, I'm sorry. So if I split this half with 2 people of the whole, imagining I still had that, this one section is really 1/4 of the whole sub. So instead of getting a half of a piece of the whole sub, one person would get 1/4 of the whole sub. So following the keep, change, flip, I have 1/2 divided by 2. I'm going to keep the first, which is 1/2. I'm going to change the sign to multiplication, which is the opposite of division, and I'm going to flip. So a whole number as a fraction is the same as 2/1, right? Anything over 1 is that number. If I flip it now, the 1 will be on top and the 2 will be as my denominator on the bottom. Now you can multiply like we are used to doing. Numerator times numerator is 1, denominator times denominator is 4, and you get your answer of 1/4. Okay, now you can go ahead and complete the assignment for lesson 25 and 26 that is posted on Google Classroom. We will post a help sheet in the math help section in Google Classroom. You can always rewatch this video if you need more assistance, or reach out and one of us can help you. All right, stay safe. Have fun, guys.